Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is shoe pulling. So you have a horse that might be sore, or you want to take x-rays without a shoe on, and we need to remove that shoe as a vet assistant or a vet tech. And we're going to talk about the couple of tools you'll need to do that. The first one is going to be your rasp that does not touch hoof, but that touches hoof or shoe. So we have different kinds of rasps. This one is one that is a little bit duller, so I will let it touch metal as opposed to another one that only gets to touch hoof. So if you don't have this, that's okay. You can kind of skip this part, but it does help in terms of pulling a shoe. So that's the first one. The next one is a pull-off. It looks kind of like a nipper, but it is not a nipper. It's a little bit more dull and has a little bit different shape. And then the last thing is a crease nail puller. You can see the angle right there up on that where it just kind of gets in and it'll allow you to remove that nail. Okay? So with my hoof stand, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to ask him, again with the shoulder, run my hand down the foot, and I'm going to ask him to bring his foot forward, and I'm going to put it on a stand. If you did not have a stand, oh, he says, I'm going to stretch, it's my spa day. Okay? If I did not have a stand, you can use your leg, and I'll show you how to do that in just a minute. And I'm just going to lightly rasp off the tips of those nail heads. Okay, if we did not have a stand, you can do the same thing where you're just going to rest it up here on the front on your knees. Okay? Okay, and then we're going to set his foot down carefully. Okay, then we're going to come back here. Ashley, we're going to let her maneuver around here. We're a little tight. I'm going to ask him to pick up his foot. I'm going to use my hoof pick. And I'm going to pick out all the gunk that's in here in the shoe so that I can see what I'm dealing with. I tend to use a stand most of the time because it's just easier on my back. You may not have that option, and so it can be a little bit trickier because you don't quite have something as much to push on when you go to pull a shoe. But just being under a horse all day long, I find that it saves my body a bit. So what we're going to do, you can see all this dirt that's down in there, this track. We're going to see if you can get in there a little bit with a hoof pick and give yourself a little bit of a room in there so that you can really get at that nail. I'm going to put this in between in the fullering, which are the grooves that are here. I'm going to squeeze hard, and rather than going forward and back, I'm going to do a quick little left to right wiggle on my nail, and then I'm going to do a front to back. Okay, so I'll show you that again. I'm going to clear out my space here in between the shoe, or between each nail. Okay, and I'm going to pull tight, left to right wiggle, and then a front to back pull the nail out. Okay, if I don't have a crease nail puller or I don't want to, what you're going to do is you're going to reach with your pull-offs back here, and you're going to hook right between the shoe and the hoof wall. Now, when I do that, I'm not going to pull out. The reason for that is that you have nails in here, and if you pull out towards the outside hoof wall, you're going to pull hoof wall off, and that's not a goal, and us farriers then when we have to go put a shoe back on are not happy. So we always want to think push forward, okay, and towards the toe. So in this case, we're going to kind of give a popping blow like this, and that's going to pull off that part of the shoe. I made it easier on myself because I already pulled a couple of nails. But I would come here, do the same thing, pop forward, and work my way forward on the toe, and then pull towards the toe so I don't take off any hoof wall. Okay, so that's two different ways. You can pull all of the nails with the crease nail puller. Sometimes it gets a little bit hard, so knowing both of those ways is really, really important. Okay, there we go.